Cool. All right. So hello, everyone. My name's Natasha Nurse. I'm the owner and co-founder of Dressing Roommate, a coaching and consulting platform for women entrepreneurs, freelancers, and creatives. And I do a lot of live streams. And today I'm really excited to have the woman virtually next to me, Victoria Kendall, who is an independent consultant for Paparazzi. So she's going to tell us all about her business, how she got started. If you have questions, please just put them in the comments so we can add to it. And with that, let's get started. Victoria, could you share a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with this?
Oh, okay. So my name is Victoria. Again, I'm an independent consultant for Paparazzi Accessories, and the name of my company is Jaewalk Jewels. How I actually found this, I was doing a community service event at a women's empowerment event, actually. And I saw my sponsor had this big old $5 sign. And what intrigued me wasn't the price. It was at the bottom. It said, if you are interested in joining, ask me how. What was funny is because I came from accessories. Like, I used to work for a company that supplied accessories to all the stores that we know, Burlington, Rainbow, all of those other stores.
Okay.
So when I saw the sign and I was like, oh, I can sell this, I was like immediately intrigued by it. So that's how I found out. And then I spoke to my sponsor. It took me a while to sign up though. Because direct sales is just one of those things where you like really got to test the waters out. But once I did, it's amazing.
Awesome.
I'm really glad that I did.
Good. And so can you explain to everyone what are the different types of jewelry? If you have any near you, feel free to, show them on screen.
All of our jewelry is lead free and nickel free, and we go from necklaces all the way down to bracelets, earrings. I'm actually wearing jewelry now.
Nice.
Our price point is from $5, which is our normal line, and then the $25, which is our signature line, which will be I'm in my jewelry section, so of course I'm next to jewelry. So this would be one of the pieces that's for $25.
Nice.
That's just our two different price points that we have. Mostly everything we have is $5, but we have gunmetal, gold, silver, rose gold, copper, bronze, you name it.
Nice.
So those are the different types.
Okay, and what are the costs involved to get started? If there's a range, you can just give a range.
The minimum amount that you can start with is $99. That's the smallest kit, but it goes from $99 to $299 to $499. The $499 kit gets you your free ticket to convention. Each of these kits come with free jewelry. So the $99 kit comes with 35 pieces of jewelry. The $299 kit comes with 120 pieces of jewelry, and the $499 kit comes with, I think, to 200 to 300 pieces of free jewelry. So that is the kit that you get to start your business with. You get the business plan, you get necklace bust, like you get a full business in a box with the kit.
Okay. And what if someone had no experience in selling? What kind of support and mentorship and coaching do they provide as a company?
That's almost like the best part, because I'm in a sorority, and funny enough, I find more sisterhood with joining Paparazzi. Like, Paparazzi is full of mentors. If you're on my team, I am a mentor, I'm a leader, I am a sponsor. But it's not just my team. My team is personally 58 people up under me, but I'm a part of a team of 920. So, and then that team is a part of a team of 4,000 and some change. So it's like, it's a full-on experience where it's not like other direct sales where you have to come in and fend for yourself. Like, you literally have a cushion, a upline. You have so much support within all of the team groups that you're in, where you can't feel alone. Like, you can't feel left out. It's not possible.
Okay, that's really great. And so now that does bring me to my next question so it seems like I've now probably in the last maybe year and a half, I've seen a lot of Paparazzi accessories independent consultants. So it seems like the space is getting more and more crowded. How do you deal with that? Is there really competition? I'd love for you to explain that.
Of course there is competition, but not for so. You literally create your own lane. Like, Right now, it's about 280,000 paparazzi independent consultants. When you compare
Wow.
that to the numbers of Avon, who have 6 million plus, we're still at the bottom. Like, we're still small. We're still
Yeah.
just trying to grow. And there is never enough Avon ladies. Like, there are like 20 people on your job sell Avon. And if you can't
Yeah.
get to one, you'll get to the other,
Gotcha.
thing like that.
Gotcha.
So, but the competition, how you get around being, especially if you're in an area where there are quite a few independent consultants,
Mm-hmm.
with the competition of trying to book vending events and all of that other stuff, you create your own. You create your own lane. You create your own pop-up shop. You create it. When I first started, I didn't even try out to look out to vend. Like, I literally sat my table in my building and set up. So
Wow.
that's become a monthly thing for me. Like, I'm the only one in my building that I know of who sells. And then I just come downstairs. And now that I've made my presence known, that even if somebody else comes after me in my building, they cannot sell here because this
Yeah.
is my space. So this is how you create your own opportunity. You do other things. Like, there are, I don't know, 8 million plus people in New York City. Like, the public space is crazy. There may be 100,000 consultants in New York alone, but we will never be in the same spot at the same time all the time. So
Gotcha.
it's really just how you market and brand yourself as far as what you want to do with the business.
Okay, that makes sense. And how do you deal with, like, I guess tell me a little bit more about just like goal setting when it comes to your business. Is there a certain amount that you're looking to make? Do you need to make a certain amount? And how do you back into that number?
A goal setting for me is different per month. Like, last year, my goal was to pay off my master's degree with the money I made from paparazzi. I'm proud to say that I reached that goal. So, like, that's how you set those goals and then you work towards it. Like, that's how I work. When new people come in, I try to tell them to set a goal to, a minimal amount, something that's really reachable. 500. If you want to make $500, you have to sell X amount of pieces to make that within a
Gotcha.
month. But you keep those goals reachable, because once you create a goal that you cannot reach, it kind of, deflates you. You don't want to feel deflated. So you
Mm-hmm.
keep your goals simple, but to the point and on point to your progress. So right now, my goal for 2019 is to buy a car. I'm giving myself to my birthday to buy a car. I know exactly how hard I have to hustle to get the kind of car that I want. I'm clearly not buying a hoopty, but like, though, that's, you give yourself that time frame and you push towards that. So you have to set up. When I know that I'm trying to make at least $500 for the month, I know I set up at least 7 events just to make sure that I cover my costs for the events that I sell, plus make the profit that I need to make to come up with the $500. So
Gotcha.
when I'm usually booked and busy, like, this is like very rare that I have a Saturday off that I'm not vending. So it's kind of weird, but like, that's how you set those goals and create that mind frame, that space in order
Mm-hmm.
for you to reach that opportunity. And it's really not that hard. And once you get like a good network, a good setup, and you connect with the right people, and if your inventory is great, because you got to have great inventory, because
Yeah.
there is competition when it comes to having inventory. I have gone to events where people will be like, I didn't see this at so such and such. I just came from another event and she didn't have anything that you have. So it's
Mm.
always dependent on your inventory. But once you have great inventory and you set up those networks,
Yeah.
it's so not hard to reach the opportunity, the goals that you're trying to reach within a day. If you're at a large enough event, you can make the money that you're trying to make within a day.
Gotcha. So you mentioned a lot there. I want to break that out. So first, can you talk a little bit about profit? So when you say how much you make, do you per item that you sell, do you make the entire profit, or you have to give back to the company? How does that work?
So everything that we make is all ours. We buy our own inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So we pay wholesale price and sell at the retail price, giving
Okay.
us a 45% profit on return. So everything that we buy at $275, we sell at $5 plus tax. We pay the tax on the jewelry already, so you sell at $5 plus tax. And then that is our money to keep in our hand. We make money via hand-to-hand sales, so that's at vending events, online, because we get a free website, and through commission, that's through the people who join the team. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as profit is concerned, how I view profit is clearly the money that I made minus the cost that I had to pay for the event. So if I paid $100 for the event, when I make my first $100, that's not profit. That's just what I made. Mm-hmm. Everything after that is going to be profit.
Gotcha.
So that's just how that goes.
Okay.
But that 45% commission is really good.
Gotcha. And when it comes to vending, how do you find out about vending events? And like, did you have to learn all that by yourself? Did you get support to understand that? And then also, when it comes to vending, have they always been fruitful for you? I'd love for you to talk about that, because I think some people get nervous about, like, should I buy a table at an event? Will I make my money back? All of that.
Mm-hmm. Vending, I didn't have to learn it by myself, but I already knew, quote unquote, like, so to speak, where to go, where to look for vending events. It's not really hard now because everybody is having pop-up shops and some mm-hmm. kind of event where they're looking for people to buy, looking for people to vend, or want people to buy. Mm-hmm. But if you just follow like some of the major hashtags on Instagram and Facebook, vendors wanted, vendors needed, you'll be able to find any of those vending events that are just for, created for those pop-up shops. If you're looking for like flea markets and stuff like that, you have to physically do your own research and figure out how you can be present at that flea market. Yep. As far as everything being profitable, no. I think that's part of the game, part of the business. I've gone to vending events where it was like complete bust. Like I would make no sales because the person who vended the event, who was having the event, did not, market it properly. So that's another thing that you have to learn on your own. You have to do your own research. You have to find out if they're doing their own marketing, if you have to share it yourself. If they tell you you have to sell 10 tickets and bring 10 friends, like those kind of things you kind of want to shy away from, because you don't know. That means you're doing self-marketing. Like you don't need to pay them for you to bring your own friends, and you don't know who else is vending and how many of their people that they're going to bring, because your friends are going to shop from you regardless whether you show up at an event or not. So that is the kind of research you have to do on your own when booking events like that, because a lot of times a lot of these people who have events are just looking to pocket the money from the vendors, and a lot of them own the spaces that they're so-called renting out. It's a lot of shadiness on that side. But that's the kind of research you have to do on your own for stuff like that.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier that you have 48 people in your team?
58, yes.
58. So those are people you signed up to sell, and then you make a commission off of their sales, essentially.
Correct. So Paparazzi pays you to be like a leader, like a team leader, but you only make the commission off of when they first join. So you get the 10% commission off their kit, and then everything else is 5% off of what they buy. I don't make any commission off of any of their sales. I don't get any of their money. I just make the commission of the volume that they purchase from Paparazzi, as far as
it's an ongoing. Every time they buy, you get a check, right? Gotcha.
Right.
So then you're incentivized to build as big a team as possible then.
Yes, that is the goal.
Gotcha.
The goal.
And
there are plenty of people.
Go ahead.
There are plenty of people who have absolutely no drive to have a team. Like there are people who make money with no team members. And I think that a lot of time people get that misconstrued with paparazzi as a whole within direct sales. You don't need to be a part, you don't need to have a team to make money. You just need to be a part of the team to start. Like you just need to
Gotcha.
join to start.
Interesting. Okay. And how do you go about building your team? What do you scout people? Do people contact you? And how do you explain the process? What's that like?
Recruitment is different for different reasons and for different things. You don't really go out to like scout people, so to say, but you want to share the opportunity with everybody because you feel like everybody should know, should want to join. Everybody wants to say they want to make money, and then you share the opportunity with them to, see if they bite. But in order to like really recruit somebody effectively, you have to effectively connect with them. I can't share the opportunity to somebody who literally has only the $99 and they're looking, trying to figure out if they're going to be able to eat later. Like I want to share the opportunity with them because I know that they can make money with this, but I know they're not going to give me their last $99. But you can't share the opportunity with somebody who's foregone in their thought process of how direct sales work, to where they're like, it's all a pyramid scheme and blah blah blah. Like those kind of people, like you kind of try to shy away from. You try to get the people to connect with you. A lot of people connect with me because they've seen me they've seen me change, they've seen my growth. And then once I start telling people that I paid my tuition with this, like there's other things that's going on, people really start listening because they like, if you've gone to college, that the tuition length is, pricey. So,
yes.
Once you start doing that, like once you start sharing your personal story, that's how you get people to connect with you and want to join your team.
Absolutely. And so you talked about growth. What would you say have been the biggest ways that you've grown or benefited from being a Paparazzi Accessories independent consultant?
There is a saying that we say that says, you are not an adult until you join paparazzi. Like you feel like you know everything until you get here. Because once you get into paparazzi, you essentially, this is your business, whether the name says paparazzi or not. This is my business. And you think you know everything about adulthood until you realize that you gotta be up in the middle of the night as a boss, as a CEO, and then you're creating all of branding and marketing. And then me personally, I'm really just not, I was never a people person before paparazzi. I just wasn't like that. And it just happened that this is a challenge. Like I do things for a challenge. I joined my sorority because I didn't have that many female friends and I wanted to see if I could rock with them. I've been with them for almost 13 years. So I've been in that sorority since. So then now I'm in paparazzi. I'm like, all right, let me see if I can actually run a business and actually come out of a shell and do this. Now I'm over here like interviewing with you. This is probably something I would have never done before paparazzi. I just was never the type to be that person to be so sociable. And I'm a social butterfly with the people that I know, but outside of the people that I don't know, I'm not going to really rock with you. But this puts you in a space to where you have to talk to people because you want to get people to buy from you. You want to be likable. You want people to join your team. So this is one of those things that this is probably one of those things that's changed me the most as a person because I've really grown outside of just being this comforted shell that I had.
Wow. Okay. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who's tuning in live. Thank you, Sandra Holmes. If you're going to watch this on the replay, thank you. If you have questions, please put them in as we're talking. So now I'd love for you to talk a little bit about the styling, right? So my platform, I like to talk about fashion because I think it really, the power of dressing can provide confidence. It can help you get that job, secure a deal in your business, ... right? The possibilities are endless. With styling and when you're selling jewelry, do you advise people who are coming to you either online or in person as to like which pieces would look better for you, what pieces to consider, ...
When it all depends because with styling, people don't understand that accessories is part of the beauty world. So with styling, you have to automatically eye the person and literally look at them from head to toe and see what in your mind, what you would think is best for them. When I do my setup at certain events, we just have a plain setup because you just don't know who's gonna like what. But immediately when a person comes to my table and she wants recommendations, I already know because I've already eyed her. I've seen her come across the room. I've seen what she has on. So I've already eyed her to let her know this is what we have. This is what I think you would like, and this is what I think will look good on you outside of your comfort zone. Because a lot of people shop like me. I only gravitated towards silver, like that's the only thing. But once I started paparazzi, I realized that I like copper and brass. But a lot of people don't know what they don't like because they don't ever have those other options. They're not looking for that. They only gravitate towards what they already know. So I always give them their one option with their styling, just by looking at them, and then I give them my personal option with what I think will look good on them outside of what they're comfortable with. And I think a lot of people, I think a lot of stylists, a lot of consultants, I think a lot of people should just do that in general. Just find something that complements the person and go with that. I actually love to style people. Like before I changed my whole career in life, I wanted to be a fashion designer. Like I love to do that.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
Yeah, so it's just like a natural thing for me. I really love to just do that.
Perfect. So then with that, I'd love for you to share your advice. I too love accessories. I think it really, for me, like I love scarves, I love hats, earrings, jewelry, everything, because it really does add a pop to your outfit. Now for you, when you're talking to people, listen, $5, it's like I always say when I see like a paparazzi consultant, like you can't go wrong with $5. So is it the price that you feel really helps motivate the sale? Is it the diversity of the items? And also talk about a little bit about the durability. So if someone says, if I'm going to buy a $5 thing, is it really going to last? Like things like that.
It's definitely all of the above. The $5 price point is major because you can go to get accessories from anywhere. And I like to tell people, because I came from this background, it doesn't matter where you go to get your accessories. It all comes from the same place. I personally know on the back end how much it costs to make a piece because that's where I used to come. I came from that background. So essentially, you're only paying for the brand. You're literally only paying for the name of the store that it's in. That's really what you're paying for. So that $5 price point is amazing, is an amazing selling point. As far as durability is concerned, there are pieces that I've had since I first started. It's going on almost 2 years for me that I've had that are still standing. Whereas opposed that you can go to any other of these name stores and spend $12 on a piece and it's broke, it changed, you lost the earring, like, things like that. You get, people say you get what you pay for, but this brand accessories, paparazzi, the quality is amazing for it to only be $5. And the only reason why it's $5 is because we cut out the brand, like we cut out the big name store. So it just became we can keep it at this price point. But the durability, the price point is a phenomenal selling point in order to get people to want to buy, because you don't have to think. And when you set up a set that's $20 and then you go buy a plain necklace for $20 that doesn't come with earrings, because our necklaces do come with earrings, you're like, now they feel like they're getting a deal. They're getting a 2-for-1 because they don't have to buy earrings to match because the earrings came with the necklace. So if you set up a whole set for $20 with earrings, necklace, bracelet, and then a ring, and then you done cut out a whole 20 minutes of searching time for somebody in a big name store just to have it right here.
Absolutely. So. And also, I don't know if other jewelry companies sell this, but you guys have expandable rings, right? Which I think is really helpful. Right. For people who have, like, I have chunky fingers, other people, they have lipedema, they have things where they have swelling in their body. And so I think that that's super, super helpful. So now from, I guess, a business perspective, overall, I'm assuming you would recommend paparazzi, but tactically speaking, why? If you had to give 3 reasons why someone should consider this as an option for them as either their main business or a side hustle, why?
3 reasons why I think you should join Paparazzi. Honestly, because it gives you freedom, financial freedom, any kind of freedom. It gives you freedom. It gives you freedom of time. It gives you any of that. If you have kids, if you want to join, there are people who left their jobs, like career jobs, and are earning 6 figures just selling paparazzi. So that is always my first reason, my go-to. My second reason is because it's fun. You really, when you start coming out of your shell and you start going to these events and you start meeting these people, you realize how much fun it is for you to connect with other people that you don't get sitting behind a desk 8 hours in a day. You don't get that because you only get your lunch period when you go home, you're tired. And then the third reason is the sisterhood that you get with the business.
Nice.
I absolutely love that part of the company. That's probably like my main focus, because I've met people who I would have never met in my life, and now those people are like my sisters, like my blood sisters, and I don't have any sisters. And that's what I get from this the most. Like, that's the beauty about this business, is always more than $5 jewelry. That's the beauty about it. And I think once people come in and join and they see that, they get to feel, because when you're in a world where nobody is really supporting you as a person and as a business, and you're like, we're all like, our lives matter, and then there's a whole crew of women behind you rooting for you, so that's the biggest thing that I get out of Paparazzi. Like, one of the main reasons why it's amazing.
Perfect.
Really
all
is.
right. So you got me all amped. I know everybody watching is super amped. So where do they go if they want to shop with you, if they want to potentially join your team? Where do they go?
If you want to shop with me, you can always shop my live. I go live every Sunday in the good sunlight. That's what I call it. It's usually around noon. But my website is www.jaewalkjewels.com. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Jaewalk Jewels. Jaewalk Jewels everything. If you just search JAE Walk Jewels, you will find everything that's in relevance to me.
Gotcha.
My inbox is always open, and I'm always willing to talk and answer anybody's questions. So
perfect. All right. And I guess just last minute words of advice for people who are thinking about maybe getting started. What would be some things that you would have wanted to know before you got started, just to make the journey easier or move faster?
What I wish I would have known when I started is that it was going to be a lot more than expected. So, because they always tell you, when you get in, you're like in a rush, because everything is, you want to get everything so fast, but you don't have to. You just take your time. This journey is yours. Take your time. Just do it at your own pace, but be ready to invest. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you really need to know, because you have to invest more than just the $99 when you start.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah. And I think, to be honest, in any business, right, you're investing in, with your money, it sounds like things come with the package, like a website and stuff like that. But if you were starting your own business, you'd have to invest in getting a website. You have to invest in business cards, branding, logos. So I completely agree. I think the key to business success is understanding there's more of you than you probably think is required, whether it's time, energy, money, or spirit. So definitely do that. And then also, what are some events or things that you'd like to shout out, things that you're planning to accomplish other than getting an awesome car? I'm going to, send positive vibes your way for that. But what are events or things that you'd like to shout out?
No, I don't really have nothing coming up in my plans, but I want to shout you out because I made this awesome connection with you guys at the Women's Empowerment event that I went to last year.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited for that, because we clearly been rocking since October last year. And now I've already done 2 events with you guys, and then this interview. So shout out to you, because you making it happen. So
thank you. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm a lawyer by trade, and I wasn't happy in what I was doing, and I made a shift into media, writing, blogging, business consulting, and coaching, and all under the umbrella of like, I know that there's certain things that I could do to help other people, and I want to be in service, and I enjoy it. You know, whenever I can empower you, that's why I wanted to have you on. Talk about the business, right? I think a lot of people, they don't do things because they don't have the knowledge. So I'm always trying to get people to educate. So thank you for sharing your story, sharing your passion, and I just champion you. And I really encourage everyone watching on the live and the replay, go to her website. Please shout it out. Where do they go?
Jaewalkjuice.com. That's where you go.
And it's in the comments. And please, ladies and gentlemen, share. That's how we can get something really heard across different networks. So thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day, and have a good live, I guess, tomorrow, right?
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.